Oh, hey, folks. Wish I was in a better mood. Not. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the news, and I'm kind of occupied with work right now, but I've got a little bit of time. And I'm having problems at my work, not surprisingly. It's due to my personality. And, one can only imagine when you walk around putting YouTube videos up that tell you not to do something that any person with a brain could tell you is the correct thing to do, not what you're saying, because you're not even qualified. And number two, calling people mindless idiots is a real nice way to gain subscribers, hence the 9 people that I have here. I can't even get into 2 digits. So don't think that I don't wear this as a badge of courage. I do. And we have something going on at my work right now, which has been the best job I've ever had, albeit very sparse hours. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to keep the job anymore. Why? Well, we'll go into that after the fact, because I will be currently looking for other work, and I will transfer as soon as I can. And it'll be covered later the same way that I covered Borat on my last job and Vanilla Ice. Okay? What can I tell you? It's all part of the game, folks. It's all part of where we're going, because you folks are buying into everything. And if you're not buying into everything, you're buying in enough to make not any difference at all. It just moves merrily ahead. So I don't want to get into it. Let's go ahead and run the news. You want to check Bitcoin? We'll check Bitcoin now. Let's check this. Sorry, it's putting me on the search page for YouTube, which I don't want to go to. Bitcoin. Let's check out the Bitcoin price, and then we'll go straight into the news. The Bitcoin price is 34.7, so holding steady on Bitcoin for sure. It's went up a little bit. Okay, now we'll go ahead and go directly into the news, and we are going to the all too familiar news aggregate, and we will give you a rundown on the news. Here we go. Residents of North Miami Beach condo evacuated after structure deemed unsafe. Developing. That can't be the same building. I'm sure they evacuated all the people out of that one building, right? It's got to be another, right? 300 plus residents of North Miami Beach condo. I told you, it's not far from North Miami Beach. Surfside is in between us and Miami Beach. So it's kind of in it's north of Miami Beach. Evacuated after unsafe, hundreds evacuated. A condo building in North Miami Beach has been closed, and residents are being evacuated Friday after an audit and building inspection report outlined unsafe structural and electronic conditions. The city of North Miami Beach ordered the 156-unit Crestview Towers condominium located at 2025 Northeast 164th Street. Wow, that's right by 163rd, 167th, whatever it is, the Golden Glades interchange, that big spaghetti bowl there. If you take it east, it goes right out over there to the Intercoastal. That's right around that area, somewhere between 163rd and 168th, or whatever it is. So it's right there on the beach. It's right there on, it's just, I would say, around 3 miles south of the Broward County line. Maybe 4. I don't know, maybe 4, if that. It's far north. So there's another building, we won't go into it anymore. There's another building that's been taken down. All the more reason you should come down here and buy a condo. Okay? Being sarcastic, of course. Don't take that as advice. At least 6 firefighters test positive for you-know-what at Surfside search site. Well, we can't have that. Let's bring in the boys in blue. Let's get them confined immediately. How dare they try to work? They're probably nearly dead anyway. Probably dead. They were probably just going, I can do this. Let me go. Right? Mindless idiots. Right? Like the golfer on the PGA course that was winning by 6 strokes. Just I mean, your papers, please. We have our orders. Thank you. Please come along so we do not have to harm you. all it takes. That's all it takes. That's it. And you go bye-bye. Oh, I know you folks are pleased about it, aren't you? Aren't you pleased? I would imagine you'd be very happy about it, wouldn't you? Keep everybody safe. Your papers, please. Your papers. Okay, let's move on. Most of you are mindless. I know, I got to do something now. How about this? What can I do? Wolverine. Wolverine. Is that better for you now? Okay, let's move on here. USA Blockbuster birthday. Travel passes pre-scam levels. Summer of freedom. Now you're free. Except if they find out that you have something, then you're not going to be so free. It's a funny one. They'll just come over and pick you up. Put you in a safe place, they will. Or give you the proper instructions on how to be safe. This is what you mindless idiots want. See? Well, you don't want the whole thing, but most of it makes sense. Some of it makes sense. Well, a little bit makes sense. Doesn't matter, folks. You like that American accent? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Buy 8% of it, you bought it. You buy 4.5% of it, it's enough to keep the ball rolling. It's not going to be stopped. You are soon going to be demanding your own captivity. Weekend, Hurricane Elsa threatens Caribbean and Florida developing. Let's take a look at that. I haven't looked at that in like a full day or day and a half. Let's see what the track is. They're not going to give us the track, are they? Let's take it. We'll go off now and we'll look at the track for this because this concerns us here in Florida big time. And they can turn into category 4s and 5s pretty quickly. Hurricane track. Sorry, folks, this is of interest to me. Okay? Probably not to you guys, but let's have a look. Elsa strengthens into season's first hurricane. That's not good news. Hold on. I've got to go back and see when that was 11 hours ago. This is 2 hours ago. All right, we got the latest track. This is 2 hours ago, so, they update it every 2 hours. Okay, let's, all right. It's heading for Hispaniola. Sorry, folks, we got one more second. Okay.
As we take a look at Hurricane Elsa right now with the 5 a.m. advisory, still moving very quickly off to the west-northwest at 31 miles
That's
per hour.
ridiculous.
So
I've never seen a storm moving
out there. You can kind of see as we take a look at the infrared satellite, the convection looks a little bit more lopsided. It's getting a little bit more sheared out, so it's weakened slightly. Still a Category 1 hurricane, though, with sustained winds of 75 miles per hour.
If it hits Hispaniola and Cuba, it's going to disintegrate into a tropical storm.
It's weakened slightly, a little bit less organized, but still moving very quickly off to the west.
We need it to move left on hit Cuba. Cuba will break it up.
Of the Dominican Republic, and it will move possibly over Cuba as we go into the second half.
And that'll break it up. It'll turn it into a real bad thunderstorms and stuff like that,
There in Cuba, and then you can see we are still here in Central Florida in that.
Okay, this looks like it's moving more now to the west, which is good news for us. But I'm not going to be willing to bet on it. Some models are bringing it right to us. Okay, so we'll have to see. This is a ridiculous hurricane. I've never seen a storm move at 31 miles an hour. That's insane. That storm's going to be here Sunday night at midnight. That storm will be here practically. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Let's finish up the news. We've got lots to cover. Widespread ransomware attack affects hundreds of businesses developing. Well, Heil, what happens if your digital Heil passport and you can't prove that you were thing 1 and thing 2? Maybe you should get thing 1 and thing 2 again. It can only be a good thing. Really? I'm telling you, folks, the tattoo over there, we can incorporate it into an eyebrow, for God's sakes. A series of digits and numbers. It's not embarrassing. Or maybe you kind-hearted folks that want this can do it to yourselves and show that you're safe. You know, you could have dating clubs that, you know, if you don't see the person's things over there, you don't get jiggy with it. You understand? You're mindless idiots. And you are going to get exactly what you deserve. Unfortunately, some of us don't deserve it. You understand? Because we are subservient to you mindless idiots, including the wealthy, by the way, that don't seem to be helping any. Like this imbecile there in Congress, Mr. Cuck. Humans will soon live to 130. Nothing odd about this. This is the guy that's going into prosecute Trump. Nothing out of the ordinary about that. There's nothing unusual about that. That's makes perfect sense. Let's see. This is a bad one. I read this one last night. Firefighter finds body of own daughter in rubble. Can you imagine? And I don't like firefighters, frankly. Was it a woman? Miami firefighter finds his own daughter, 7, in the collapsed rubble and is escorted out with dad's jacket and American flag. Horrible. This must be the thing down there in Miami. Stella Catarossi, 7, was found dead on Thursday. Her mother, shown left, remains missing. So there's a human face to it. I don't even know why they let that firefighter work trying to take off the bodies. I'm sorry about that. Boy, that really gets you right here, doesn't it? I don't think you should let that man pull bodies out of there. None of his family's in there. God. Is that one for you this morning or what? Good Lord. I think you have to stop that. For his own good, as most of you are understand and aware of, okay? That you've become accustomed to. For his own good. Just try to think of it that way, okay? Ghislaine or Giz, call her Giz for short, that high-end prostitute there with Epstein. Her lawyers cite a case in a bid to have the charges dropped. Well, with what happened to Cosby, who knows with this, right? Bill Cosby beat the rap. Jobs boom, 850,000 new jobs. Evidently, they're having trouble filling jobs because everybody evidently is too scared to get out and do anything. I guess. That's what they're telling me. Speedway gas stations closing at 8 o'clock at night. They said they can't find anyone to work. It says that 850 new jobs and 188,000 of them are in the government. What could be better, right? Big government is a good deal. That's what you want. They're the best. COVID-19 plummets as leading cause of death. No, that can't be real. Is it? Then when I just came here to this job this morning at 7:30, I just saw a woman walking along mindlessly like a zombie with her welding shield on. I'm not kidding. What do you want me to say? Richard Branson, is he Australian or something? Whatever he is, he's from the Commonwealth, and he talks funny, although it's kind of like respectably kind of funny. He says he's going to go before Bezos. He might do it. But can you imagine Bezos doing that? I don't think he will. I know. Remember I told you want some of that bet? You want some of that? I'll bet you within like 2 weeks before he auctions off his ticket. You want to make a bet? Or maybe they can't, because maybe they have to be, they have to be claimed fit. You know what I mean? You couldn't be like me and be too fat right now, because I'm not in good shape. I got to go. Old Paulie's going to go on a diet. It's going to start in around 2 weeks, maybe 3. Ain't going to be any more than that. And then it's going to be ramen noodle city. Probably not even that. I did it the last time with donuts, glazed donuts. I ate a couple for breakfast and then a couple in the afternoon, and that's it. You don't eat anything else. If I really had a hankering, I had another donut. And that's it. It's all you get to eat, and coffee and soda. That's it. Or water. I did it. I lost around 45 pounds. And I lost 32 pounds the last time. So I know how to do it. I just got to get my ass out there and do it. But I've had a bum foot here. I haven't been able to do shit. It says White House in damage control mode after Kamala dysfunction reports. Yeah, folks, I'm not trying to be, you know what? She's got a white husband. Don't you understand that people take from each other? Don't you understand that? You go to the Philippines and you start doing things the way they did, and I caught myself. Pendasol. When I went there and I lived there for like 6 months, for like 5 months, I was eating peanut butter and jelly on them, breaking them open. The Filipinos just sit there with cross-legged and waiting to start work, and they're cheap, and they just take them and they eat them. And you know what happened to me after about 6 or 7 months? I went out and I started buying them and just eating them just like that, because they were good. They didn't need any butter on them. They didn't need any peanut butter and jelly. They're good. You start to take back and fro. Fro and two. What do you expect the woman to do? For God's sakes, look at the Tuskegee Airmen. Look at how they talk. They've been around the officers and whites all their lives. Look at how they talk. Go look at any of them. Look at them. Look at how they talk. They're all the same. Why do you think that happens? It's just you borrow from each other's culture. Says she's F-U-C-K, ing up. Leaks keep coming. Venom-spitting cobra terrorizes rally for 5 days after escaping from snake-filled home. Yeah, these people that collect these things are nuts. Okay, sorry. I mean, I probably will get like a subscriber or two like that who will subscribe simply for the fact that they don't like Wolverine. It should have been Venom or what, you know what I mean? The character from Spider-Man. But it's dangerous. They invariably wind up having problems, and they invariably get out. All right. Alarmingly low rain levels prime California for fire danger. You're not kidding. Lawmaker sparks fury wearing Star of David to protest COVID-19 restrictions. Okay, there you have Cuck. I'm sure he's already arranged a deal to give his wife, the powers that be there to compensate for this. Let me tell you something. It's up to me, okay? Let me tell you something. Let me find out who this is. Jim, you are a dickless, worthless cuck. Give your wife and your daughters, if possible, if you have any, give them to the powers that be in order to make up for this travesty, this zany notion that these people are trying to make us crave our own captivity. Don't you understand, you cucked moron? They're trying to help us protect ourselves, whether we want it or not. You're too stupid to understand that. You're too stupid. You have zany notions. They're trying to protect you by forcing you. You understand? Well, they're really not forcing you. That's right. But if you want to fly on an airplane without going through a whole carousel of conditions, because I looked at it yesterday, or the day before, after I talked to the very intelligent Venezuelan woman, okay? Yeah, you can fly without a vaccine. You can. But wait till you see what you have to go through, okay? All right. Yellow stars were used to identify, isolate, and humiliate Jewish people in Nazi-occupied countries during the 30s and the 40s. I told you. And Poland was famous for it. Their ghettos, they had to have them to identify who was or who wasn't. A lot of the Germans themselves had Jewish blood. I hate to tell you that. You look at the death cards and you can see it. There were a lot of Jews in Germany and Russia. Walsh doesn't appear to reference Hitler or Nazis or the Holocaust in his speech because he probably didn't know. You want to make a bet that this fucker knows, that Jim knows all about the special powers of Wolverine? You want to make a bet? I'll bet you his little 15-minute blurb or 4-minute blurb that he watched there with his upperlings there convinced him. You're a mindless idiot, Jim. What do you expect from us? We're just as mindless as you. My subscribers, of course, excluded as well as me. I have a little bit more knowledge. At least I watched Jacob the Liar. At least I know what this is. You don't. You're a mindless idiot twit. You shouldn't even be up there. They should set you at a barbecue table and let you do yourself in. You fat piece of shit. One day after he refused to back down on Tuesday, Walsh went on a radio show with Jim Rance where he apologized on Wednesday. Okay. The state representative went on to claim in an interview on Tuesday that he was given the Star of David by an attendee of the church gym gathering. Folks, they're setting us up for internal civil war. And if you think it's going to be easy to overpower, if you even wanted to, the powers that be that are bringing this to us, you're sadly mistaken, okay? You are sadly mistaken because even though it's 10, 11, 8% of the population, they control Daddy Warbucks. You understand? Daddy Warbucks? And I'll say no more, okay? They will control the news that you see, and by the time you mindless idiots are done, you'll be talking about variation, you'll be talking about outbreak, you'll be talking about all sorts of different things and believing it because they are a lot smarter than you. They are not a lot smarter than me. Do you understand that, mindless idiots? That's why you don't want to subscribe to this channel, because you want to be put into a cage like a rat. As long as you have a little wheel and a little thing that you can get lots of water and decent morsels, right? You're mindless idiots, an embarrassment to have to talk to you people. My subscribers excluded, of course. Fucking preposterous. 1.5 years ago, we were free. Well, yeah, but we didn't have the signal. We didn't have it. Fuck you. Fuck you. I think Duterte's right. The president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, I think they should just tell everybody that they're going to put him in jail unless they get thing 1 and thing 2. Just the threat will make 99% of the people obey. What's wrong with that, folks? What's wrong with that? Isn't that what you mindless idiots want? It's for your own good. Jab dying. Scientists aren't surprised. Let's have a look at that. I'm reading this for what it is, okay? I'm not making this up. I'm just reading it. This is a news aggregate. I can't even tell you that this is true, okay? It says, some jabbed people are dying of, oh, you see, that didn't even save them. Well, then why bother doing it? Because they're dying of the scam. Here's why scientists aren't surprised. Well, they weren't 100% effective, so some people will be vulnerable just the same to the scam, even after receiving two somethings, okay? Applications, let's just say that, okay? There you have it. So we won't read anymore. So even though you've done your part, folks, even though you've done your part, it's not enough. You're going to need to crave your own captivity by being maybe herded into certain places, right? Just for safety. Just for safety. Be comfortable. And very good accommodations and so forth. You mindless idiots are going to get exactly what you deserve, and you're going to bring it on us too. Because you're mindless idiots. You know how I know you're mindless idiots? Because we don't get even one new subscriber. You should be happy to subscribe to this channel because you're hearing what I believe to be the truth. I don't even want to read it, okay? Boy somethings 3 days after he went and did either thing 1 or thing 2, okay? From Pfizer. You're good friends at Pfizer, okay? I'm not going there. I'm not going there. You know why? You know why, okay? Why? Because it's important for you mindless idiots to only see one side and have everything else not seen. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the way to do it. Fucking assholes. You stupid fucking dunce. Fucking dupes. Nurses fired. Again, I'm going to show you this so you don't think I'm making it up. Nurses fired for not getting thing 1 and thing 2. Explain rationale. They explain their rationale. Okay? They're obviously stupid people. That's all you need to understand, mindless idiots. They're stupid people and they are not. Get this through your fucking thick Wolverine! Thick fucking skulls! They are not superheroes! Not! This is going to be one of these times I'm going to have a hard time getting to the newscast. Okay? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Fortress Australia slashes arrivals to stem scam. Russia rejects new lockdown despite record deaths. GoFuck calls for new libel laws over online misinformation. Well, you don't say, GoFuck. Huh? Go such? Go fart? Huh? You fucking people with Trump. The guy was a fucking lefty from the word go! Like go such, or whatever the fuck his name is. Trump had to put him in there, right? Motherfuck! You can't even figure this out? Wolverine! Wolverine! Owners face fines as council in Australia introduced 24-hour cat curfew. There you go. So maybe we can start stringing them up. They have a mind of their own, you know, these cats. Gotta hold those owners responsible. Better make sure you get the DNA base for them like they're doing in apartments. Gotta have a DNA base so that if they shed in a place they shouldn't, or crap in a place they shouldn't, or urinate in a place they shouldn't, you can get DNA and say, there they were. Chinese state media reveals 3-stage battle plan for Taiwan. They're going to take it, folks. I know a lot of you don't understand it. Wolverine! Okay, I know. But Taiwan is a separate entity. It always has been, or for a long, long time. And they don't want to be part of mainland China. And they've been fighting to resist China, and China's going to take it. And that's why Xi got out there and said that they're going to be a world power, and he's beating his chest, okay? Because Biden is going to distract you with Russia and all the evil people with guns here in the United States. Meanwhile, Taiwan is going to go back to China, and then you're not going to be able to get any more microchips for your phones or the operating systems for your car unless you kiss and suck cheese dick. You understand? You're such mindless idiots. You don't understand anything, do you? Boring! Okay. America's fastest woman will miss Olympic 100 after failed drug test. Positive for pot. Okay. I'm human. She says, I'm human. Well, I couldn't agree more. If you're not supposed to use pot, then use pot. I don't know. All right, you're human. Used after death of mother. Okay. Well, look, I'm not one to judge. I mean, if you want to be in the Olympics, I don't think you're going to be able to get away with that. Okay. I don't think they're going to buy any kind of excuse. Okay. It's too bad. Evidently, she was a gifted athlete. Still is. Just that problem. Europe's far-right party's losing steam. You know what that means? It means the moderates. The moderates are now seen as far-right. You understand? Sorry to break that to you. We already told you about the mindless nature of the EU. We already talked about that in my last video. To get all of you EU people mad at me. That's it. Folks, we made it through. Can you believe that? I didn't even have a hernia. Bye!